Welcome to C strings. There is a difference. There is C strings and then there are C++ strings. The C strings is obviously what we're covering now. It's old. It's what I grew up with when I was programming first in C and in C++, was using the old strings that you and I are about to go over. Now remember, the word string is really important because think about it. Most of the data that we're going to be receiving from some application is going to be strings. Just think about any application that you've put in, your name, your address, why you want the job, all these different things are going to be strings. So the C strings was the first incarnation in C++, or really, sorry, C and C++, that's true actually, on building some items that make things easier on us. Ugh. C strings is useful, but it didn't make things very easy on us to program. So that's why we have the new C++ strings in order to help us out, but we're going to go over that later. That's newer and simpler, and but why do I even go over this? I want you to see what's happening behind the scenes using C strings. Everything that you see that's happening here and this set of lecture notes and stuff like that is still happening even with we're doing the C++ strings. But this is just the old way of doing it. You're going to see the mechanics behind it. You're really going to understand and appreciate why we're going to be using C++ strings here in a moment. You're actually going to understand a little bit, just a little bit of an introduction to overloading operators like less than, greater than. You know, this is going to be a new topic that we're covering later on. You're going to be, oh, I see why we're using that now because, well, frankly, it's going to be easier. But I also want you to make sure you understand the overall array dynamics and mechanisms that you've actually seen before this set of notes. As arrays that we've gone over before, it's going to look very familiar. So the good news is this set of notes is going to look very familiar when it comes to visually because you've already seen arrays. The interesting part is it's going to be using C strings and their functions that are associated with just building strings in C and C++. And that's what we're going to go over here in a moment.